Today in Shinobi Striker, we're going to be doing a full detailed review over the Hanzo Sickle SS range type weapon, as it was the most requested weapon in the past week or so. And we're going to be seeing if all that hype is justified and if it's actually one of the best range type weapons in the game. So without wasting any more time, let's hop right into the video. First, we're going to be going over light attacks, and it's square for PlayStation and X for Xbox. For the first light attack, the character will slash the opponent from left to right horizontally using the scythe. For the double light attack, the character hits the opponent with a sidekick after slashing him with the scythe. For the triple light attack, the character slashes the opponent from left to right 2 times with the scythe. For the quadruple light attack, the character wraps the opponent with paper bombs, stepping back and then exploding them. Now this is not a good representation since he's not doing it on an opponent, so here's the video where he does. Now as you can see, he just does the base combos, and then at the very end he wraps the opponent in paper bombs, exploding them, dealing a really good amount of damage. Moving on to the aerial light, the character just slashes the opponent from right to left using the scythe. For the double aerial light, the character spins the scythe, hitting the opponent multiple times, doing really good damage. For the triple aerial light, the character just finishes off the combo with another vertical slash to the opponent. Moving on to heavy attacks, and it's triangle for PlayStation and Y for Xbox. Moving on to the heavy attack, and the character just launches the scythe at the opponent, grabbing them and pulling them towards you. And the aerial heavy is the same exact thing. And keep in mind that this attack will not hit 70% of the time simply because it has no tracking whatsoever. Moving on to combo attacks, and you mainly want to utilize the light and heavy combos. For the light plus heavy, the character spins the scythe upward, launching the opponent into the air, and yes, you can infinite with this. For the double light plus heavy, the character just adds a kick to the combo. For the triple light plus heavy, the character just adds a couple more slashes with the scythe before launching the opponent into the air. For the aerial light plus heavy, the character just pulls the opponent towards you after slashing them with the scythe. Moving on to the charge attack, which can only be done if the opponent has a scarlet red circle around them. Now for the charge attack, the character launches at the opponent, slashing them vertically with the scythe. Before I rate the weapon, I just wanted to let y'all know that this was a requested video, so if you have any other requests, just let me know and I got you. The first category we're going to be ranking is going to be damage. And although this is a range type weapon, its attacks are heavy hitters and do pretty good damage, so for that reason I have to give it a 7 out of 10. Moving on to speed, and for speed I think this weapon is really good, but there are a couple attacks that are really slow and can be dodged just like the heavy, so I have to give it a 7 out of 10 for speed. Moving on to range, and although you might think this weapon has insane range, that's simply not the case. Most of the actual range attacks like the heavy don't actually reach that far and aren't that good, and what they do is they pull the opponent closer to you so you can hit them with a close combat attack. So for that reason I have to give range a 7 out of 10. Moving on to combos, and for combos I think this weapon is pretty good. I mean, you could infinite with most of the combos and it does pretty good damage, but the main issue I have with combos is simply it's not that many and kind of repetitive, so I have to give it a 7 out of 10. Moving on to reliability, I don't think this weapon is that reliable simply because it requires a lot of conditions for it to be good. For example, when you're doing an infinite combo, you need relatively a flat map with a lot of space for that. So for that reason I have to give it a 5 out of 10. Just because it's not that reliable and can't be used for many situations. Moving on to user friendly, and to put it simply, this weapon is not user friendly. You need a lot of experience and you need to know how to use the weapon, and you need to be very strategic. If you don't know how to use this weapon and don't have experience, you might think it's the worst weapon in the game, but if you do, it can be completely different, which makes me give it a 5 out of 10 for user friendly. For the overall rating of this weapon, I have to give it a 7 out of 10. Simply because this weapon purely depends on who's actually using it. And if you did enjoy this video, I would highly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.